Hey guys, today we're gonna be doing some we're gonna be giving some tips to all my Discord guys out there on how to talk to women. This is Discord 101. Okay, so I have my lovely lady here, Dasher. I'm on my Inflation Nation account. This is a new account I made for the thing, and the tips don't start. They start so quickly with me. The first tip I have is name yourself something that represents you. So I picked Inflation Nation. It gets across that I like inflation and that I'm a nationalist. So it doesn't leave much interpretation, which is really good. I haven't selected a profile picture because I like being basic. So this tutorial is going to assume that you have already found a lady to talk to. I will make another tutorial telling you how to find people to talk to. Okay. So we're going to start. You always need to start with an introduction. You can't just get into the thick of things. You know, when you're eating food, you don't just put it in your stomach. You gotta bite it down first, and you gotta lick it and stuff like that, and so you need a good intro. And there's like different things you could go for. It depends on your personality. You go for like a pickup line, something like hey, I love mayonnaise, and it looks like you could make my sandwich more moist. Something like that is good. Obviously, you want to add your own flair. I like mayonnaise. Another thing you could say is like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm just playing Minecraft right now. You want to do this? You want to add the bracket if you're like saying an action generally, so that it clarifies to them. Because I'm like confused. Like if I just typed playing Minecraft right now, but I'm naked, it seems a bit confrontational. But if I do something like but I'm naked in the thing, it'll like pacify it, Also, this is a good first line because it like shows that you care about them. Because you're saying, hey, how's it going? And then you're like telling them a bit about yourself. Like, I like Minecraft, I like being naked, so you gotta add your own personality. And like another one, you can start with like this thing that I call like the 3 steps, or the 3 like stabs, kind of. You basically you compliment them, and then you compliment them again, and then you say something horrendous about yourself. Because relationships are built on honesty, so you need to be honest about how horrible of a person you are, but you don't want it to be like too painful. So like say something like, hey, you're looking really nice today. Nice. Oh, and then I heard good things about you in the Stalker group chat, because that's where I found Dasher. That's also a compliment, because you're saying I heard I hate liberals. Something like that, Maybe something more like. Anyways, so yeah, these are your 3 openings. You can open with something else if you want. You can get creative, but this is what I recommend for beginners. So I'm gonna go with the pickup line. Hey, you look like me. I messed it up a bit, but that's okay. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that's okay in life. You can make mistakes. It's okay. Oh, okay. So now we gotta see what they respond, and I'm gonna break the video up. There's gonna be timestamps, maybe. I don't know how to do those. Well, the first one, it's gonna be what happens if they respond poorly. What happens if they respond poorly? Then it's gonna be what happens if they respond mid, and what happens if they respond well. Okay. Now we're gonna start with poorly because it's always good to start with the abuse before you get to the good parts. That's the saying. And so, okay, so we're gonna say there's like different ways they can respond poorly. Like, let's say they do something like this. If they respond like this or something, this is inoptimal. There's a high likelihood they've had a seizure or a stroke, and this is not good for you. But if that happens, you just gotta accept it, and you gotta leave. Because there ain't nothing you can do. Unless you have their address, then you can like fix their seizure. I don't know how that works, but Generally for me, if this happens to me, I'm just out of there. Or you can like link your social media accounts if this happens, because when the paramedics come, they might look at their computer and be like, wow, that's the last thing they were looking at? Must be hype, you know, something like that. Anyways. So let's go on to another case where they say something like, I have a boyfriend, you know, something like that. Something like that. This is not that bad. There are multiple ways you can address this. The first step is to one way is to gaslight them to thinking you're their boyfriend. You can say something like, oh yeah, I forgot. So, do you want me to bring that rash cream tonight or tomorrow? And this will confuse them, because they're probably not used to this. And if they have a poor memory, if you know they have a poor memory, this might be your chance. Because if they have a poor memory, they might have forgotten what Discord account their boyfriend has. So you can take advantage of this and become the boyfriend. But obviously you need to dispose of the boyfriend. And for that, you can go on like eBay and buy a gun or something. Look how easy this is. eBay gun. No. eBay gun. eBay gun. Yeah, eBay gun. No. eBay gun. Yeah. Something like this. Firearms, you know. And especially if you're in America, you know, you can just do that. So yeah, and then dispose of the boyfriend and become the boyfriend. That's number 2. And okay, you can also deal with this by just claiming you're better than the boyfriend. You can say something like, "Heyo, I get your boyfriend's got a sausage in his pants, but I got celery, and that's way more nutritious." And this one always works for me. Whenever I say this, it always works. It always works. It always works. It never fails. Like, look there. That's crazy how fast it works. So I recommend doing that if that happens to you. And there's other things you can do in more advanced courses, but this is a beginner level course. So this is where it goes. And so we're gonna go on to the third one. This is gonna be the final situation that happens within this situation. This is where she is not interested. So she says something like, "Nah, I ain't looking for a guy right now." You know, something like that. Right now, you know, something like that. If this happens, so usually I say something like, "No wonder your parents don't love you," because when you go on, the offensive, they don't expect it. It's like when you hit a car. When you run people over, if they were ready for you to run them over, they'd dodge it. But because they weren't expecting you to like drive on the sidewalk, you can hit people a lot more easily. And so this is kind of like that. And when they start getting sad, like they do something like this, this is your perfect chance, because you can say, "Hey, baby, I'm sorry. That was just the average guy." So say something like that. And then differentiate yourself from the normal by saying, "I would never say something like that." And then she'll be like, "Wow, that's hot!" Exclamation mark. So so yeah, that usually works for me. If you want to get racist too, that also works, you know. But anyways. So that's like if it goes poorly. And honestly, if it goes poorly, it's not that bad for you. Based off these tips, I'm sure you guys can get some, And so, now we're gonna go over when her response is mid. She'd be like, "Hey, how it go?" No, wait, that's me. "Hey, how it go?" Yeah, okay. "Hey, how it go?" That's what she say. She say that. And so, there aren't many mid situations. All of them are kind of the same. So what you want to do is say something. I just try to push the situation to a boiling point, because what you really want You don't want the situation to be mid. It's too complex then. You have to think about like the intricacies of humans and stuff. You gotta like make it incredibly bad or incredibly good. Because yeah, it's easier. Like I showed for the first part where it's like a bad response. It's really easy. So yeah, hey, I know you're single. So why not be single with me and my dog Andrew Tate? Something like that. Push the envelope, and if she liked that, then we go into the third situation where it's, but if she doesn't like that, then yeah. But if she keeps responding mid, like, haha, that's okay. You're mediocre. Something like that. You know, this is fine, but you gotta keep pushing until you get to either a really bad situation or a really good situation. I'll give you another example. Beans on my bean from the hood. Eat broccoli. Like I should. I eat broccoli. Something like this. Like I like to start rapping sometimes. It really pushes them. People get really stressed when you start rapping. Anyways, so we're going to go on to something. So there's, yeah, now the next one, we're gonna go on to, yeah, so the next one is she responds good. She responds good. She says something like, wow, you're really cute. I love guys with small penises. Something like that. Gamers turn me on. Something like this. This is really good. This is never going to happen. But if this does happen, here's my advice. Run away. Just block them and run away. If anyone ever responds to you, wow, you're really cute, I love guys with small penises, gamers turn me on. Anything similar to this, block them immediately. It's either the FBI trying to get dirt on you, or you're getting catfished. There's no other world where this occurs. So, I'm gonna block this person. He was cringe anyways. Terrible YouTube videos. Alright. Now we can just... And the cool part about blocking people is now you can look at your cool messages by yourself, all alone, and appreciate how funny you are as a person and how terrible everyone... Oh, yeah. So, I hope my tips helped you. One bonus tip for my players who stuck around till the end of the video. One bonus tip. Don't name yourself Inflation Nation. I've noticed a lot of women, for some reason, don't like inflation. Alright, guys. See you in the next one. Dasher out.